We're going to open up with questions. We'll start with, and I'll ask you guys to turn your camera on when you go to ask a question. I'll go to the first one with hand raised and camera on. We'll start with Doug Kide, followed by Joe Kayada.
Hey, Mac, hope you're doing well. Just how much progress do you feel like you're making at this point of OTAs? You've been here for about a month now. Do you feel that continued progress?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but honestly, you just got to take it day by day and don't look forward to tomorrow and don't look back at yesterday. You just be where your feet are. And, I've got a chance to meet and obviously be with all the rookies, and that's been a lot of fun, and we're kind of all going through it, and the veteran players are all setting the example. So we're all just trying to be the best Patriots we can be. And yeah, it's not going to be perfect every day, and it's hard when you're competitive and you want it to be really good every day, but it's not going to be like that at first, and then eventually you get it, and then things start rolling your way.
And what's been your relationship with Cam Newton been like so far? How helpful has he been to you individually?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, he calls me Mac and Cheese, so I got my nickname. But he's done an awesome job being a good mentor, and he brings great energy. And Brian and Jarrett have done a good job helping me in the film room, and all three of them just watch their reps and learn as much as I can. You don't have to be in on that play to learn. So I just have to figure out how to do that, and I've been getting a lot better just watching tape and learn how to do that, and they've helped me in that regard.
Thank you.
Next question, Joe Kayada, followed by Alex Barth.
Hey, Mac, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. What has your mindset been like this week with Cam out? What's the mindset as you look to make the most of this opportunity, maybe with a little more action?
It doesn't really change. I mean, for me, it's just about me getting better, and it's not being selfish or anything, but I have a lot of room to grow, and I have to, make strides every day and kind of have two buckets where, the things I know keep in one bucket, and the things that I keep messing up or the things I'm not getting, I have to put them in another bucket and figure out what's wrong. So I just kind of got to take that approach and learn from, all the quarterbacks. So it's not just me, and learn from the older guys on the team and watch them practice and learn how to practice the best way I can so that when we get to the games, it'll be easier.
Thanks, Mac.
Next question, Alex Barth, followed by Mike Reese.
Hey, Mac, I know it's still early, but what's been the biggest surprise for you just about the adjustment from college to the pros?
Really just like an everyday grind. So when you got to come in and get your routine, and that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out is what's my routine. In college you have one routine, in the NFL you have another. So every day you kind of fiddle with things, and then obviously there's things that I like that I've done and things I need to adjust. So every day just stick to my routine and try and watch X amount of film and get my rehab and work out hard and be a good teammate and learn how to be a good Patriot.
Thank you.
Next question, Mike Reese, followed by Mark Daniels.
Hey, Mac, I apologize if this is a little bit of a repeat, but what aspects of the playbook have you found most challenging?
Honestly, it's just going out there and figuring out it goes back to the routine. It's like, all right, I got the play. What am I supposed to do on this play? Get everybody lined up, make the mic point and then roll from there. So honestly, it's going to be a growing process, and, I'm learning from the other guys, and they can do it really fast. And my goal is to hopefully be able to do it even faster every day. And I've tried to do that. And, the veteran players, obviously it's kind of like second nature for them. And I have to figure out how to do it fast and execute the plays really fast, to the level in a new offense. So.
Next question, Mark Daniels, followed by Mike Giardi.
Hey, Mac, well as well. Can you take us through how you are going about learning the playbook? How many hours would you say you spend even a day just back in your hotel room, reading it, and what's sort of your process like?
Yeah, I mean, I spend a lot of time on it, but so does everybody else, and that's kind of what the Patriots do for us. They, give us the resources to watch the film, and obviously we have practice, and then as practice ends, we all have to do our own work as well. You can't just do the work while you're here, and I've always been that way, and a lot of guys on this team are that way to where they're watching film, and I just have to continue to learn how to watch film in an NFL manner. It's different than college. There's more to it. It's pro football, so I'll figure it out, and I've continued to grow in that aspect, and I'm obviously trying as hard as I can. It's not like I'm leaving early or doing anything like that, but we're all just trying to get better.
And a quick follow-up, just how would you describe the competition between you and the 3 other quarterbacks on the roster? Thank you.
I mean, really, we're just coming in every day. I mean, there's 4 guys in total, and I'm the rookie, so I'm just learning from them. And they've all been very nice to me, treated me very well, and I'm just trying to help them out as best I can too, whatever I can do. And yeah, we're all in this together, so it's not like there's competition, but that's kind of people want to have a misconstrued word there, like it's bad competition or unhealthy, but we're all close, and we're all going to get better together, and that's what we're going to do.
Hey, Mac, Mike Giardi, NFL Network. Good to see you. I wanted to ask you just about Josh and your relationship with him. And he was talking about you last week and in general with the quarterbacks. And he said, sometimes you just have to give them hard coaching. You have to see how they respond to it. Are you getting some of that hard coaching, and how are you dealing with it?
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten hard coaching my whole life, so I'm super hard on myself. So sometimes it's hard, but Josh, he expects everything to be perfect, and that's why he's so great at what he does. And our relationship's great, and he does that with all the quarterbacks. So if you miss one detail, then that's not good enough. And, as a rookie, you want to try and get everything right, but you're not going to. So I just have to accept that and try and be the best I can be. But Josh has put us all in a great position. He's a great teacher. He's a great coach. He's a great person. So I'm looking forward to, this relationship to grow.
And if I can real quick, I noticed last week you slapping your thigh on a couple of occasions when I think you didn't like what happened or whatever. Is that something that we can come to expect from you if you don't like what's going on, that's how you take it out on yourself, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm my own biggest perfectionist. So yeah, sometimes I'll show some emotion, but the key is just to find out how to help out my teammates and not let them, if it's one thing, it's one thing, and then move on. So I've gotten better at that, and I'm super competitive, and I'll continue to do that, but I'm going to show emotion, and I think it's also positive. So a lot of guys on the team, they enjoy, winning and doing and having good plays. So I want to be the same way. And if it's not right, then I want to learn how to fix it and help those guys out too.
We have a number of people still with a hand raised. I'm going to limit it to just a single question for the rest of the call here. We're going to go Chris Ryan, followed by Evan Lazar.
Hey, Mac. Earlier today, Bill Belichick was talking about how it's difficult to evaluate at this point in time because there's no real outside competition. For you, how do you go about self-evaluating and trying to determine where you are and where you need to get to? As you mentioned, there's some of those ups and downs. How do you self-evaluate?
I mean, you just can't have too high of an expectation and put too much pressure on yourself. And like I said, I'm very hard on myself, but you got to stack good plays together and keep moving forward. So I have to be able to do it faster and have to be more confident and be louder, and that will come with reps. So every day I'm just trying to get better and learn from the guys that already have done it and have been through it. So it's, the 2 buckets, you have 2 buckets, and one of them's good, one of them's bad, and you got to improve on the bad and keep the good in the good. So it's pretty much how I'm going about it.
Next question, Evan Lazar, followed by Nick Coit.
Hey, Mac, good to see you. I'm just wondering if you feel like you're at a point yet where you can kind of just let it rip back there and not be thinking as much in terms of what you're seeing on the field.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to following my rules. And yeah, there's a lot going on in my brain. Just, you're trying to see everything, and sometimes you see too much or whatever, and then you see nothing. So I have to figure out in this offense how I can do that, how I can break down the plays, what's my job, what I have to do on this specific play, and then slot the plays individually. And I did that obviously good in college or whatever, but it's the pros, and I have to figure out how to do it here. So that's what I'm going to do.
Thanks, Mac.
Next question, Nick Coit, followed by Levin Reed.
Thank you, Stacy. Hey, Mac, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it. I just want to ask you, what are some of the similarities that you've seen in the working environment here that Coach Belichick has built with, the working environment you had at Alabama with Coach Saban, especially with those guys being, so close and working together in the past?
Yeah, obviously they're, 2 great coaches, and, in coming here, we work really hard, and that's a fact, and that's what makes us good. So I'm just trying to learn how to work hard the right way, the Patriot way, and do it every day. So, there's differences, there's similarities, but we're not here to draw comparisons. And honestly, like I said earlier, it's a whole different situation, and now it's at the highest level, and I'm just looking forward to learning from the guys.
Next
Hey, Mac.
question, Levin Reed, followed by Ben Volen.
Hey, Mac, this is Levin Reed from WBZ here in Boston. You were talking about the two buckets, and expectedly, as a rookie, sometimes that bad bucket is going to overflow after practice. How do you deal with the frustration of kind of emptying that bad bucket and putting some of that stuff to the good side?
I think it's just problem solving. That's all life is about. So yeah, you can be mad for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to be mad about it, but I have to move on and figure out what works, what I did wrong actually from a schematic standpoint. And that's how every good problem solver works. So yeah, pretty much that's it.
And two final questions, Ben Volen and Zach Cox. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Mac, thanks for doing this today. Just curious, as you look to learn the offense here, how much film of Tom Brady have you been watching? And if so, what's it like just watching Brady on film now that you kind of know the Patriots offense?
Yeah, there's film all the way back to the 2000s. So I've watched a bunch of different guys, and yeah, the offense changes a little bit each year, and I'm just trying to learn this year's offense as best I can. So yeah, I mean, I watch it. You watch the past to kind of learn and figure out what quarterbacks did well and what the offense did well to win games.
And last question, Zach Cox.
Hey, Mac, just wondering what your experience has been like working with these Patriots receivers and how you're working to build a relationship with those guys.
Oh yeah, those guys are all awesome. I think each one of them brings something new to the table, and there's veterans, there's younger guys. So we got some new guys that came in, obviously, and it's been a lot of fun. And the veterans, you can tell they're out there having fun. They're making plays, and with the young guys, I'm just trying to build that chemistry and get them the ball, because at the end of the day, receivers want to catch passes and score touchdowns and win games. So my job is to get them the ball.
Thank you.
Mac, we really appreciate it.